The email from my father sat unopened in my inbox, its subject line screaming desperation. URGENT, family business emergency, please come home. 2 years of silence and now this. I smiled, taking another sip of coffee while overlooking Manhattan from my penthouse office at Phoenix Digital. Mr. Marcus Chen is here for his interview, my executive assistant Lisa announced through the intercom. My brother, though he didn't know it yet, sent him in. The door opened and there he stood. Marcus, my older brother, once the golden child of our family's business dynasty. His designer suit couldn't hide how much weight he'd lost, how the stress of bankruptcy had aged him. He didn't recognize me at first, not surprising. The last time he'd seen me, I was wearing off-the-rack suits and running his company for free. Thank you for meeting with me, Mr. John, he said, using my professional alias as he extended his hand. I appreciate you considering our acquisition proposal. Please sit, I said, gesturing to the chair across from my desk, savoring the irony. For 7 years, I'd sat on the other side of desks like this, watching Marcus take credit for my work. Tell me about Chen Technologies. He launched into his practice pitch, glossing over the company's massive debt and failing products. I knew the real numbers, of course. I'd been monitoring their decline ever since I walked away. Our ad division shows particular promise, he claimed, though I knew they hadn't released a viable product in 18 months. Interesting. I pulled up their financials on my screen. Your last quarter shows a 70% drop in revenue. Your main products are obsolete, your talent is leaving, and your market share. I paused for effect. Well, let's just say Phoenix Digital now owns most of it. His face paled. How did you get such detailed information? I leaned forward, letting him see my face clearly for the first time. Because I built that company, Marcus, before you and our parents tried to trap me there forever. Recognition dawned in his eyes. James. Hello, brother. He slumped in his chair, the polished CEO facade crumbling. You're William Zhang, the founder of Phoenix Digital? Amazing what someone can build when they're not busy running someone else's company for free. The memories flooded back as I watched him process the revelation. 7 years ago. James, you have to help your brother, Mom had pleaded. He needs someone he can trust to handle daily operations. You mean someone you can control, I'd replied, but I agreed anyway. I was 22, fresh out of business school, and naive enough to believe in family loyalty. For 7 years, I worked 16-hour days, turning Marcus's failing inheritance into a profitable enterprise. While he played golf with clients and accepted industry awards, I rebuilt the company's infrastructure, developed new products, and managed every crisis. All for free, all for family. Every success was credited to Marcus. Every innovation became his brilliant idea. Every breakthrough was his visionary leadership. What they didn't know, every late night at the office was spent building my own company. Every business contact became a future ally. Every lesson learned became part of my escape plan. You can't leave, Dad had said when I finally refused to sign their lifetime commitment contract. This is your family duty. And what about Marcus's duty? I asked. When does he learn to run his own company? Your brother is the face of Chen Technologies. You're the support system. That's how family businesses work. No, that's how their version of family worked. Mine was about to work very differently. The next morning, I was gone. No note, no forwarding address, just an empty office and a resignation letter. What they never knew. I had already secured $100 million in silent investments. My own tech company was already profitable, under a different aim. The dutiful son they thought they owned had already broken free. Now, 2 years later, Phoenix Digital was worth $890 million. Our AI systems dominated the market, and Chen Technologies was on its knees. Why? Marcus finally asked, his voice barely a whisper. Why what? Why did I leave? Why did I succeed? Or why am I letting you sit here now, thinking I might save your company? All of it. I stood, walking to the floor-to-ceiling windows. Below, New York City churned with energy, real energy, not the artificial momentum our parents had built around Marcus. Because someone had to break the cycle, I said. Someone had to show that real success isn't inherited or stolen, it's earned. By destroying our family's legacy. No, by building my own, I turned back to him. And now you have a choice. A choice. I pulled out 2 contracts from my desk. Phoenix Digital will acquire Chen Technologies. That's not negotiable. You're too far gone for anything else. But you have 2 options for your role in this. His hands shook as he reached for the papers. Option 1, you walk away. Take a generous severance and live comfortably, but never work in tech again. And option 2, you start over. From the bottom. Learn what you should have learned 7 years ago. How to actually build something. You mean work for you? As what? An entry-level employee. As someone who needs to earn their success, for once. The silence stretched between us. 29 years of family history crystallizing into this moment. Mom and Dad will never accept this, he said finally. They don't have to. This isn't about them anymore. My phone buzzed. Another email from Dad. Son, please come home. The company needs you. No, I thought, looking at Marcus. The company needs this. Needs to be stripped down and rebuilt. Just like the man who claimed to lead it. You have 24 hours to decide, I told him. Choose carefully. This time there's no one to do the work for you. Marcus stood on shaky legs, the contracts clutched in his hands. At the door, he paused. Did you hate me? All those years? No, I answered honestly. I pitied you. You never had the chance to become real. And now you have that chance. Don't waste it. After he left, I finally opened Dad's email. Son, the family needs you. Come home and help fix this. My reply was simple. I am fixing it, just not the way you expected. Sometimes the greatest help isn't in saving something broken. It's in breaking it completely, so it can be rebuilt right. Time to see if Marcus could learn what I had. That real success leaves calluses on your hands and fire in your belly, not just a title on your door and an empty office where your brother used to sit. The New York sunset painted my office gold, highlighting the Phoenix Digital logo on the wall. Time to rise. Time to rebuild. Time to make something real. For both of us this time. The next morning, my executive team gathered in the conference room, their faces a mix of curiosity and concern. Marcus's decision deadline was in 8 hours, and the business world was buzzing with rumors about Phoenix Digital's potential acquisition of Chen Technologies. The market's responding well to the possibility, Lisa reported, pulling up the latest stock data. Our shares are up 12% just on speculation. And Chen Technologies? I asked, though I already knew the answer. Trading was halted yesterday after your brother's visit. The board is in emergency sessions. I smiled, remembering all the board meetings I'd organized for Marcus while secretly building Phoenix. Karma had a certain poetry to it. Mr. Chen, Lisa's voice dropped lower, your parents are in the lobby. Of course they were. I checked my watch. Barely 9 a.m., they must have taken the first flight from San Francisco. Send them up. Everyone else will reconvene at 2. My mother entered first, her Chanel suit and flawless makeup a stark contrast to the panic in her eyes. Dad followed, looking older than I remembered, but still carrying himself with that same mix of authority and arrogance that had shaped my childhood. James, Mom rushed forward, arms outstretched, but stopped when I didn't rise to meet her. Son, what are you doing to your brother's company? My brother's company? I raised an eyebrow. You mean the company I ran while he played CEO? We need to discuss this as a family, Dad cut in, trying to take control of the conversation, as he always had. Your brother is devastated. Good. I gestured to the chairs across from my desk. Maybe now he'll learn something. They sat, looking uncomfortable in the visitor chairs, roles reversed from all those years of family meetings where they sat in judgment of my support role in the family business. You've become cruel, Mom said softly. No, I've become successful. There's a difference. I pulled up Chen Technologies' real financials on the wall screen. Let's talk about cruelty, like forcing your younger son to run a company for free while his brother took all the credit. We gave you an opportunity, Dad started. You gave me chains, I cut him off, and called them opportunity. Well, now I'm giving Marcus a real opportunity. It's his choice whether to take it. By making him work as a common employee? Mom looked horrified. He's a CEO. No, he's a figurehead. And now he has the chance to become something real. My phone buzzed, a message from Marcus. I need to talk. In person. If you'll excuse me, I stood. Your actual CEO needs my attention. James, Dad's voice held a note I'd never heard before, something close to fear. Don't destroy what we built. I'm not destroying anything, I replied. I'm revealing what was already broken. Marcus was waiting in my private conference room, the contracts laid out before him. He traded his designer suit for something simpler, and the change was telling. You look like you've made a decision, I observed. I have. He pushed one contract forward. I choose to learn. I picked up the paper, option 2. Starting over. Beginning at the bottom. You understand what this means? No corner office, no executive privileges. You'll be a junior developer, learning what you should have learned years ago. Like you did. He met my eyes. While running my company, exactly like that. Except you'll have one advantage I never had. What's that? A brother who actually wants you to succeed on your own merits. He nodded slowly, understanding dawning in his eyes. When do I start? Monday, 8 a.m. Wear something you can actually work in. Mom and Dad are here, I finished. Want to tell them yourself. He straightened his shoulders. The first real show of backbone I'd seen from him in years. Yes, I think I need to. Our parents were still in my office, looking like displaced royalty. Their faces lit up when Marcus entered, clearly expecting him to announce some sort of family-saving compromise. I've made my decision, he began, his voice steady. I'm taking the junior developer position at Phoenix Digital. The silence was absolute. You can't be serious, Dad finally managed. I am. Marcus stood straighter. James is right. I need to learn how to build something real. This is absurd, Mom burst out. You're throwing away your legacy. No, I interjected, he's finally earning one. The next hour was chaos, threats, pleading, attempts at negotiation. But Marcus held firm, surprising me with his newfound resolve. Finally, exhausted and defeated, our parents left, but not before Dad turned at the door. You'll regret this, he said, though it wasn't clear which son he was addressing. Both of you. No, Marcus replied before I could. I think, for the first time, I'm doing something I won't regret. After they left, Marcus lingered, looking out over the city. Was it worth it? He asked. Walking away. Look around. I gestured to the Phoenix digital empire I'd built. What do you think? He smiled slightly. I think Monday can't come soon enough. Sometimes the greatest acts of brotherhood aren't about saving someone. They're about letting them save themselves, even if the path is harder than they imagined. Even if it means watching them struggle to become real. As Marcus left to prepare for his new life, I watched the sun play across the Manhattan skyline. Time to build something new. Something true. Something earned. This time together. As real brothers, not just roles in someone else's play. The future was unwritten. But for once, both Chin brothers would hold the pen and write their own stories, one honest day at a time. 6 months into Marcus's rehabilitation, as Lisa called it, I stood watching through the glass walls of our development floor. My brother sat hunched over his workstation, surrounded by energy drinks and takeout containers, deep in discussion with his team lead, Sarah. Gone were the Italian suits and gold watches. Gone was the artificial CEO swagger. In their place was something I'd never seen in my brother before, genuine focus. His progress report, Lisa said, handing me the latest evaluation. Sarah says he's exceeding expectations. Apparently, he has a natural talent for systems architecture, once he actually tried doing the work. And the attitude. Not a single complaint. He stays late, comes in early, and even organized a coding workshop for the junior devs last week. I smiled, remembering how he used to delegate everything. Any contact with Mom and Dad. They've tried intervening twice. He declined their lunch invitations, said he was too busy learning. Through the glass, I watched Marcus fist bump his teammates as their project passed its final testing phase. The joy on his face was real, the kind that comes from creating something, not just taking credit for it. Mr. Chen, Lisa interrupted my thoughts. The board meeting starts in 15 minutes. They're expecting both of you. Both of us. That was new. Marcus looked nervous when he entered the boardroom, carrying his laptop like a shield. 6 months ago, he would have swaggered in with practiced charm. Now he had something better. Actual knowledge to share. Present your team's project, Mr. Chen, I nodded to him. He took a deep breath and began explaining the security protocol his team had developed. The board members leaned forward, genuinely interested. This wasn't the usual CEO smooth talk. This was real innovation. Implementation timeline? Our CTO asked. We can deploy next week, Marcus replied. We've already completed beta testing. My brother had built something. Actually built it with his own hands and mind. After the meeting, he lingered behind. James, thank you. For what? For destroying my life, he smiled slightly, so I could build a real one. My phone buzzed. A message from our parents. This has gone on long enough. Restore Marcus to his proper position. I showed him the message. He laughed. They still don't understand, do they? I'm happier now than I ever was as a fake CEO. Even without the corner office? My cubicle has pictures my team drew of me. Unflattering caricatures, but they're real. He shrugged. Turns out respect means more when you earn it. I studied my brother, really saw him for the first time in years. The entitled mask was gone, replaced by something authentic. Sarah recommended you for project lead, I said casually. His eyes widened. Really? You've earned it. The real way this time. He was quiet for a moment. Can I think about it? I want to finish mentoring the junior devs first. 6 months ago, he would have grabbed any title available. Now he understood the value of finishing what you start. Take your time, I said. Real success isn't a race. As he left to rejoin his team, I watched him stop to help a new intern debug their code. The wheel had turned full circle, but this time on solid ground. Lisa, I called, what's the current valuation of Phoenix Digital? $890 million as of this morning's market open. Draft a press release. It's time to announce our new head of innovation. Marcus? Yes. But make it clear, he's earning this role. Include his team's achievements, his coding contributions, his mentorship program. Sometimes the greatest victories aren't in the titles we gain. They're in the journey to earn them. In the transformation from entitled to worthy, from faker to creator. My phone buzzed again. Another parental demand for Marcus's restoration to his rightful place. I deleted it without reading. Some people never learn. But Marcus had. And that was worth more than any inherited position. Time to let him keep building, keep growing, keep proving that real success leaves traces of actual work on your hands, not just empty titles on your door. The Manhattan sunset painted our office golden, illuminating two brothers who had finally found their true paths. Different roads, same destination. Real success, real worth, real family. Sometimes the best family legacies aren't the ones you're given. They're the ones you build yourself. Code by code, truth by truth, brother by brother. The future was bright, not because of our name, but because of what we built. Together. The real way. 1 year to the day after Marcus started at Phoenix Digital, we stood together in my office, watching the sun rise over Manhattan. The morning news was running a feature on our company's latest innovation, the security protocol Marcus's team had developed, now valued at $200 million. Remember when you used to watch sunrises alone? He asked, sipping his coffee from a mug that read code like nobody's watching, a gift from his team. Remember when you used to sleep through them in your penthouse? I countered. He laughed, gesturing to his casual attire. Look how far we've fallen. Or risen. I corrected, pulling up our latest company valuation, $1.2 billion. Phoenix Digital had grown beyond even my expectations, partly thanks to Marcus's genuine contributions. Mom and Dad sent another email, he said, checking his phone. They want us to attend the Family Foundation's annual gala. As guests or exhibits? Probably both. They want to show everyone that the Chen brothers are reunited in success. I studied my brother's reflection in the window. A year ago, he would have jumped at the chance to play the prodigal son. Now he looked skeptical. What do you think? I asked. I think, he replied slowly, that I'd rather host a coding workshop for underprivileged kids that night. My team's been planning it for months. Pride swelled in my chest. Then that's what we'll do. Lisa knocked and entered with our morning reports. The innovation department's numbers are exceptional this quarter. Mr. Chen, Marcus, your team's productivity is up 40%. Because they're actually inspired, he said. Not just ordered. Speaking of inspiration, I pulled out a folder I'd been saving. How would you feel about heading our new development academy? Teaching others what I learned. Teaching them how to earn success, not inherit it. He was quiet for a moment, reading the proposal. Can I still code with my team? It's your academy. Design it how you want. A year ago, he would have demanded a corner office and executive perks. Now his first concern was staying connected to the actual work. I'll do it, he said finally. But I want to start with kids from struggling backgrounds, give them what we never had. What's that? The chance to build something real from the ground up. My phone buzzed, another message from our parents. The family name needs both of you. Come home. Marcus read it over my shoulder and smiled. We are home. We built it ourselves. I looked around at what we created. A company built on merit, not inheritance. Success earned through work, not given through birth. Send them our regrets, I told Lisa. We're busy at night building something more important than a family name. A family legacy, she suggested. No, Marcus answered. A future where success is earned, not given. Starting with those kids. Sometimes the greatest family achievements aren't in maintaining old traditions. They're in building new ones. Better ones. Truer ones. As the morning sun illuminated our office, I watched my brother return to his team, already discussing plans for the academy. The Chen brothers have finally found their true path. Not in preserving a legacy, but in creating one worth earning. Our parents might never understand. But the future would. One earned success at a time. One taught lesson at a time. One real achievement at a time. The phoenix had risen. And this time, it was rising for everyone who wanted to earn their wings, not just those born with them.